Hey there, Glenn, John, and Dave. Grayman Greg here with my son, Commander Sheepdog Shepherd, to show you our trip out into the world to see some sights. Glenn had mentioned on the podcast that we were going to have to go out and snap some pictures in the real world to win this month's giveaway, so I let Shepherd know, and he was excited for an adventure. But when we got the list in the email, there were no requirements to go out. Needless to say, there were some tactical tears that day out of Shepherd, so we decided, fuck it, we're gonna go anyways, and we would send you guys some of the pictures and commentary from our travels around the world. So to start our journey, we stayed in-state and headed to the Grand Canyon. Thanks to the latest and greatest in Grayman technology, we are in every picture in this video. We just have shrouding technology that lets us hide from cameras so Big Brother can't put us on any lists or in any databases. We can turn it off at any time to show you our awesome graymanning skills though, so sometimes you will be able to see us. We will also show our gifts when it comes to linguistics. We have spent a lot of time perfecting our accents, so whenever we might need to bug out one day, we will blend right in. And here is Shepard graymanning like a boss. I'll let him explain.
Hey guys, hope you had a great Christmas and New Year's. So here's me doing a little rope work and climbing on our vacation. Always need to be sharpening those skills. As you should be able to tell, I'm gray manning as a chick on this adventure. This is a little more advanced, but if you drink enough chai lattes, wear tight enough clothes and tuck just right, you can pull this move off as well. It is a little harder to carry my 50 cal Desert Eagle EDC gun and my Glock 17 pocket pistol, but as you can see, still totally doable.
We didn't spend long here as it's just a big hole in the ground and heights really aren't my thing. So next we headed off to see the Golden Gate Bridge. Here we had to make sure we were really careful not to print as to not arouse the suspicion of the stupid creatures of California. We almost didn't go because of the gun laws, and we don't like going around naked and unarmed, but we decided to snub the gun grabbers and go cocked, locked, and ready to rock. Here I am catching some radioactive, hippie, illegal immigrant fish, and here is Shepard graymanning with a local to show off his skills.
Yeah, it was totally fun looking out over the water and thinking about how much fun it would be to put some targets on the bridge for target practice, my 50 cal. And just as I was zoning about thinking about being a body slaying god, my hippie gun grabbing local started trying to reach up my shirt. To show my awe-inspiring skills again, I totally decided to go again as a female and find a man to treat me to lunch. I was totally gonna take one for the team to get you guys some good shots, but he got a little handsy. So without realizing it, my SEAL training kicked in and well, let's just say no one will ever find him or probably miss him either.
Yeah, so with that development, we decided to head north of the border to let the heat cool down on us and to see what our northern neighbors had in store for us with their national monuments and natural wonders. And you know what we found? Not a goddamn thing, eh? These overly nice loonies, both the people and the money, up here are very boring. We found lots of hockey arenas, maple syrup, snow, and poutine, but it lacked all the amenities of America. These hosers just skate around the roads instead of walking, and walk their pet mooses in the park. So we just went along with the locals to the arenas to check out the Canuck soccer, about the most boring time of my life.
Yeah, we're not really into sports, so we went to the outdoors to escape the smell of Canadian bacon. While we were out, I went to my zone of Grey Manning, don't you know? And I tried to be a true Canadian. Let me know what you think. Here's a picture.
So after leaving the Great White North, we made a trip to the Big Apple. Good old gun-hating, sewer-smelling, loudmouth, rude-ass motherfucking New York. Hey, I got a gun. Let's go to a Broadway show. Yo, taxi!
Hey, asshole, that sounds familiar. That from a movie or something?
Forget about it, kid. Let's get some pizza and whack a wise guy and get the fuck out, see? And like that, we were magically whisked away to South America. Haha, just kidding. Nope. With their gun laws and crime rate, that shithole can eat a dick. So we detoured to jolly old England to check out what the monarchy was up to. We made sure to fill up on black pudding and spotted dick to ensure we weren't knackered in our adventure. First stop was to see Big Ben in all its glory, and then over to Buckingham Palace to see the changing of the guard. The guard being changed out is actually Shepard. He's carrying his truck gun here that we snuck onto the plane.
After almost a full day being in the city, we needed a break and headed out to the country to see Stonehenge, and we were chuffed to see it was still standing and not abducted by aliens. We ended up being knackered even with all that spotted dick, so I didn't show off my skills here. We did find 2 coconut halves on the ground that had been worn down quite a bit, as if they'd been banged together for many years.
Aye, yeah, those coconuts were definitely an odd sight to see in the temperate zone, with them being a tropical fruit. Oh, and the argument raged for a while about how it could have gotten there, and after ruling out that it didn't migrate itself, we agreed it was probably swallows. Not African ones, though, as they're non-migratory. And after that detour, we said cheerio to England to head over to see France. As we flew into France, I could feel my nose start to upturn in disgust for anything foreign came over me. I started to become disgusted with myself for having dared be born in America. Filthy American pig.
Dad, calm down, you pretentious twat, and let's go check out the Eiffel Tower before grabbing a baguette and a bottle of wine for breakfast.
Oui, Shepherd. I am calm now. I just need to turn my hate to other foreigners, and I shall be fine. I shall fart in the general direction of every American I see. So we went and saw the Eiffel Tower, and of course it was full of dirty foreigners rubbing their greasy, fat hands all over her, defiling her very beauty. I was able to calm myself and not have to pull out any Krav Maga moves on any of the invaders, and went about my day without further incident.
We came back after dark to check out the Eiffel Tower again when there wouldn't be as many tourists, so my dad wouldn't have a fit. And what do you know? They went and lit the Eiffel Tower up with America's colors in honor of us being there. We are so fucking tactical, we didn't even need to tell them, they just knew we were there. We saluted that giant phallic tower for a good 25 to 30 minutes, and it must have been a bit dusty outside as we thought of the good old US of A we hadn't seen in quite some time now.
So we said au revoir to France to head to Africa until I realized, fuck that place too. I don't want malaria or to be the bitch of some Somali war chief. Plus that place looks as barren as all the uteruses in a retirement home. So instead we headed to the motherland. On the flight in, vodka flowed like water, and when we got off the plane, everyone had an AK-47 draped around their neck by the airline crew like a communist lei. We were greeted by Putin, who passed out Adidas tracksuits and ushankas to welcome everyone into the motherland.
Yes, it was definitely a surreal moment. So after Putin left, we got a rental car that of course had a dash cam in it, and left to go to the Kremlin. It was only a couple miles away, but in that time we saw 45 car accidents and 22 bears on the road, which would of course buried under 9 feet of snow.
Comrade, look, the Kremlin. We got out and started taking in the scenery and history, and met some locals along the way. In total, we met 94 Alexanders, 66 Ivans, 74 Sergeys, and 80 Dmitris, each of which had us take shots of vodka with them. Needless to say, we don't remember much more about the trip in Russia, but we do have these awesome new tats to remind us of our time here. Moving on in our travels, we head to China to see the Great Wall. On the plane, they loaded us up with as much fried rice as we wanted, which was nice to soak up all the vodka we consumed. As we got off the plane, we were greeted by large skyscrapers and a bustling city. Hello, we asked around for any good local Chinese food places, and surprisingly, nobody could tell us of one.
Eventually, after our minds lapped around the fact that Chinese people just call Chinese food food, we sat down and enjoyed the meal. A geisha served us while there was some kabuki theater going on, and for dessert we took some hits of opium and played mahjong. It was a great first day in China.
It was, but we needed to get out into the mountains and see the wall, so we headed out to take a look. First thing first, it was a great fucking wall. It is huge. That is what she said. So we walked on the wall, and it was impressive at first, but after miles and miles of wall, it just starts to look the same. I wonder if that's why they say that about Asian.
There was that kung fu fight we saw in the treetop while we were out. That definitely broke out the monotony.
Indeed, it did. So after eating our last meal of cat and dog stew, I wonder why it would name that. Anyway, it was a tasty tweet, and we headed to the land down under. Crikey, mate, this has been a long trip, and this flight is longer than all our other flights combined.
Oi, it is a long flight, but it'll be worth it to play with the kangaroos and dingoes. On the plane we would serve never-ending Foster's beer and bloomin' onions from my back steakhouse. It was an interesting mix that I'm still dealing with now. First off, we went to Walmart to get some supplies we were low on. Noticed everything is marked censored. We asked the person behind the counter, who said, "Good day, mate." And we said, "Why is everything censored? Didn't Australia start as a prison island? Shouldn't you guys be a little bit more lenient and stuff?" "Nah, mate," was the response. "We lost our effing minds eating kangaroos, and now make stupid decisions like banning guns and hoping it stops crazy people." So we asked, how is that working out? He ate a giant glob of Vegemite and motioned that he wasn't able to talk anymore. Well, that was rude. Anyways, off to the Sydney Opera House to see what all the hullabaloo is all about. Problem was, we didn't know where to go, so we asked someone who's on a street corner barbecuing some shrimp. He said they actually call it the P. Sherman, not the Sydney Opera House, and the address is P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. So we headed there and found it straight away, and it was just a weird looking building surrounded by water. It wasn't that interesting, and we definitely didn't go inside because who the fuck wants to watch opera? So after a couple of boring hours walking around an opera house, we decided to look around and see what else Australia had to offer, and all we found was this and that. So after that letdown down under, we decided to head back home, but we had a short layover before getting back to Arizona.
We're in Delaware. I mean, hi, my name is Delaware.
Back home and done with this adventure.
It is definitely nice to be back and sleeping in our own beds with our blankets made of molly webbing, sleeping with our night vision on, and the Claymore mines set up protecting our rooms. While we did go out with our lightweight ceramic plates on the entire time, an Invictus lightweight low-profile carrier from AR500 armor would have been a better option for staying low-profile and discreet with its laser-cut laminate and thin yet durable hypalon, also featuring full 10 by 12 inch armor coverage, a reinforced drag handle, side plate and pontoon capabilities, and full molly coverage to help carry our full warrior loadouts on our tactical as shit world tour of awesomeness. So there is our little trip for the holidays. Hope you enjoyed yours as much as we did ours. And just in case you couldn't tell, this is our December 2018 Arms Room giveaway submission. Stay aware, stay safe, and train hard. You've been selected for the December 2018 Arms Rooms giveaway.